A close approach awakens the instinct of one of the most formidable predators on the grasslands. But not every target panics and runs. Some rivals are fast and resilient enough to stop that advance. In the wild, authority exists only when it continues to be proven. So, when the advantage begins to fade, can the lion still hold its ground? The lion is one of the most powerful and highly social big cats. It lives in structured prides, where females usually lead the rhythm of the hunt, while males focus on protecting territory and maintaining the group's position. In the wild, the lion's hunting success rate often remains below about 35%. Showing that failure is a natural part of survival. The wilderness stays balanced. Even the ruler of the grasslands must face the cost of a single miscalculation. Across the open grasslands of Africa, African wild dogs do not stand out through size, but through discipline. Each individual typically weighs around 60 pounds, far smaller than an adult lion. In return, they possess endurance, speed, and a level of coordination rarely seen among predators. Between lions and African wild dogs, a tense boundary always exists where a single advance can shift the rhythm of the plains. When a lioness enters the hunting grounds of a wild dog pack, she does not face a single target, but a fast-moving and tightly connected formation. They do not scatter in panic. They spread across multiple directions, maintain safe distance, and take turns applying pressure. A common strategy unfolds as one group distracts from the front, while others push from the sides, forcing the lioness to constantly turn and defend. With sustained speeds of around 38 miles per hour, African wild dogs can maintain pressure long enough to disrupt control of the situation. Each time the lioness moves forward, the formation stretches. Each time she slows, the pressure quickly returns. In the end, the lioness is forced to step back. In the wild, retreat is not always failure. Sometimes, it is the instinct to conserve energy and survive. Across the savannas and semi-arid regions of Africa, antelope are not only a vital source of energy, but also a major challenge for lions. In many ecosystems, medium to large ungulates make up a significant part of their diet. But to bring down these animals, lions must overcome speed, formation, and highly alert defensive instincts. In a dry landscape, two hungry young lions test their chances against an oryx, weighing around 470 pounds. This antelope stands out with straight horns over 5 feet long, forming a formidable defensive line. When approached, the oryx does not panic. It stamps a warning, angles its horns toward the pressure, and maintains distance through precise inch-by-inch movement. With wildebeest, the challenge takes a different form. When pressured, it does not flee in disorder, but turns, lowers its head, and uses its curved horns as a barrier. A single, well-timed reaction can be enough to force a lion backward, recognizing that control can shift instantly. Even the sable antelope, weighing close to 510 pounds near the water's edge, can turn a moment of drinking into a powerful defensive stance if a lioness approaches from the wrong angle. A small positional miscalculation is enough for the predator to lose its advantage and withdraw. Against such resilient opponents, lions must depend on calculation and patience. On the savanna, survival is not only about escape, it is also about remaining composed at the right moment. Beneath sediment-rich river waters, the Nile crocodile nearly disappears into mud, current, and shadow. At around 20 feet in length, with a bite force of about 5,000 pounds per square inch, it does not need to display power to create pressure. Its advantage lies in silence, patience, and precise timing. Known for ambushes along the river's edge, it creates a constant sense of caution for animals entering shallow water. For a pride of lions, the riverbank is both a necessary stop and a high-risk boundary. In a brief moment while a lion crosses, the surface can erupt from a sudden surge, moving at roughly 36 feet per second. With jaws built for crushing force, the crocodile leaves little room for error. Even when feeding close to the water's edge, lions must remain alert to movement rising quietly from below. While adults may react quickly enough to step back, the curiosity of cubs can rapidly increase the danger. A single misstep on slick mud, or a distance misjudged by only a few inches, can be enough to break balance. In this environment, strength on land is no longer an absolute advantage. The terrain itself begins to reshape control of the encounter. This is not only a contest between strength and ambush. It is a lesson shaped by the environment itself. When the water takes control, even the ruler of the land must recognize when to step back. In Africa, the giraffe stands out not only for its height, but for the way it turns its massive body into a living observation tower. Standing over 20 feet tall and weighing around 2,800 pounds, it can detect movement from great distances, often before other animals even sense approaching danger. For lions, It represents a large but high-risk source of energy. A healthy adult is not an easy target to overpower. The pride must spread out, guide its movement, and wait for the moment the giraffe loses rhythm or becomes separated. In the wild, the success rate against this target remains only around 26%, as a single mistake in angle can erase the opportunity completely. When pressured, the giraffe does not panic. It pivots, maintains balance, and uses hind legs nearly 6 feet long to create a defensive zone around itself. Each time the lions hesitate, the balance shifts toward the one maintaining distance. If attention shifts to a calf separated from its mother, the chances may rise to around 46%. But at that moment, the entire group becomes more alert, tightening awareness across the surrounding landscape. The rival that makes lions most cautious is not always a massive body, but a system of discipline known as the spotted hyena. Operating within a matriarchal social structure, with clans that can reach around 60 members, each group functions as a unified force, where collective intelligence outweighs individual strength. When they detect lions controlling a contested food source, hyenas do not rush into direct confrontation. They begin with long-range calls, summoning others from multiple directions. Step by step, the formation expands, spreads outward, and creates a ring of pressure around the contested area. Rather than engaging head-on, hyenas wear down the lion's focus through constant vocal signals and short advances. As their numbers increase and collective pressure builds, the lion's control can begin to weaken within moments. Yet, hyenas also read the balance carefully. If the situation shifts against them, the group withdraws in order, preserving strength for another opportunity. In the wild, this is not weakness, but a refined survival instinct, knowing when to advance and when to step back in order to endure. The African buffalo stands as a living fortress of the grasslands. Weighing around 1,100 pounds, it is not only a major source of energy within the ecosystem, but also one of the most difficult challenges for lions. This is a world where strength does not stand alone, but remains tied to the discipline of the herd. When the boundary of safety is crossed, buffalo do not scatter. They lower their heavy horns, maintain formation, and can accelerate to about 40 miles per hour in short bursts. A direct impact can generate tremendous force, forcing a predator to quickly adjust its approach. In encounters like these, lions cannot rely on speed alone. They must read the wind, judge distance, and identify openings within the formation. The The true strength of the buffalo lies in its protective instinct. When an alert signal spreads, the herd tightens formation, shielding vulnerable members at the center. Adults move into position along the outer line, forming a living wall that forces lions to measure every movement carefully. When the grasslands become still again, the lesson remains. Position is not defined by strength alone, but by unity at the right moment. The lion ends the encounter with strength, yet its limits are exposed. The target may escape, and a rival may continue holding its ground to the final moment. Within the harsh wild, even this predator must sometimes step back. If you want to explore more of the most intense encounters, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, because even the ruler of the grasslands must continue competing to keep its crown.